Hey, it's Soul with another video. We continue our coverage of the 12.1 PTR focused on housing. Now that we can do some hands-on testing and discovery, there's a lot of new info to reveal, peppered with some commentary and feedback. Keep in mind this is the PTR, where things can change before they go live. Use the navigation to get you where you want to go. Please like this video, subscribe for more WoW coverage, and catch me where I'm live. Let's start with the biggest thing, blueprints, which allow us to import and export our builds, whether it's the interior or the exterior or individual rooms or just the whole darn thing. Saving is pretty simple. While in the house, click the blueprints button towards the top and hit save. Name it whatever you like, click the button, and you generate a code. You can import a build from here too. The game will notify you what you're missing, including available room and decor budget. If you happen to be running short there, you'll be unable to import the build. If you're just missing decor, you're notified what's missing and have an opportunity to override the error and apply the blueprint anyway. We can store up to 50 blueprints, whether it's our own or imported from the outside via share codes. This is accessible in the layout mode when editing the home, where you can also rename and delete blueprints. When switching to a blueprint, a temporary backup is automatically saved in case it turns out you regret your decision, and this backup does not count towards that total of 50. Let's talk about these share codes for a bit. It's a relatively short string of characters that appears to just be that. It's a share code that refers to the actual housing information, which is still shared server-side. There doesn't appear to be a method of extracting all the housing data to store it offline like we can with UI profiles, which are a whole lot simpler. There are a few implications with these share codes. As said, it means we can't store housing data offline. Everything goes through these codes. All the real information is stored on the server. While blueprints can be shared via code, the original owner of that code can basically revoke it by deleting the blueprint, making the code invalid. Of course, when someone does import a build via code, they can then save the blueprint and ta-da, it becomes theirs. So in a scenario where like a website hosts housing builds along with codes, the original owner can revoke that code, rendering that useless to the website. The only way an individual person can possess and forever keep a lot of homes via code is to have multiple WoW accounts who downloaded homes and then they saved it as their own blueprint and have their own code. Fortunately, storing up to 50 full blueprints is, well, it's a lot of blueprints, giving plenty of flexibility at this stage of housing. On the other side of the conversation, people can make their builds public too, by giving permission for others to export their builds via the screen. In the PTR, this is set to off by default. A new neighborhood building has been populated and turned into a holiday decor kind of center. In the catalog, a small selection of holiday decor from Brewfest is also shown. And note the tags you see here. Some decor can be bought before Brewfest. Other decor can only be bought during Brewfest, suggesting the same will apply to future holiday decor, some of which is shown throughout this building. I have some takes on this though. I've been saying for a while now that what they're exactly doing here is going to be dumped with complaints over the fear of missing out. What makes us feel really bad is that decor is reusable but repeatable. Now, for whatever reason, like what if I want 10 of a certain decor from here, but the holiday happens to be over? Well, okay, I guess I just have to remember next year. That's going to be totally fine. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a lot of time spent seeding. Also consider just the act of obtaining repeatables of some of this decor. Folks will be asked to unleash their army of alts to obtain the currencies needed to meet their needs, unlike other cosmetics which are one-time purchases. That's a big difference. One could suggest buying this decor with gold after the initial currency purchase. That's a good direction to go, and I have a slightly different suggestion. Instead of this binary decision of holiday decor being available or not, let's make this decor purchasable year-round, but different during the holiday. So, like for example with this decor, it goes for like 250 Brewfest tokens during the holiday, but outside the holiday, maybe it can cost gold. Something like, I don't know, a high enough price to make people think on their decision. I think this checks all the boxes. It makes the decor always available if we miss the holiday, or if it turns out we might need more of a thing outside of the holiday period, with an incentive to participate in the holiday if one is patient about, not wanting to spend tons of gold. Let's talk about pets, and as a reminder, this is the PTR. Pets are spawned by placing down decor classified as a pet cage, whether they're crates or pedestals or giant leaves. In customized mode, we choose battle pets from our library and can choose to have them stand in one spot or to have them roam around. Up to 10 can be placed indoors, 5 outdoors, although from testing I've been able to spawn more, but for now let's just keep that limit of 10 in mind. There are a few restrictions as to what can be spawned. For example, humanoid pets like the Guild Herald and the Ardent Gruntling, those aren't available as choices. When set to roam, pets appear to have an invisible tether to their assigned cage, and so they're not going to wander off too far. Like, we're not going to see them traverse around the entire house. Currently, there are a few bugs with their movement as well. Like, at the moment, the floor is lava, so to speak, and if placed on the ground directly, pets just won't move. They'll just kind of like stand in one place. If placed on a surface like a platform or a table, the pet will move on that surface but still won't go down and touch the ground. They obey the presence of walls from the room as well as wall decors, but with one exception. If the pet cage that they're assigned to is like closed off and there's no path around these walls or obstructions, they will walk through them, suggesting that if we want to, we can resize these cages, make them super small, and otherwise hide them out of sight. And because of the short distance, pets won't climb stairs, and it'll treat it like any other elevation, maybe walking on and off of it. And they don't appear to dynamically interact with specific decor like sitting on chairs, at least at the moment. So the early tech will likely be to obscure the pet cages if desired, like, hide them again inside a couch or a nearby table so the pet can at least spawn nearby. But we'll have to wait and see if pet AI is going to be enhanced for greater range and immersion. Let's look at some of the new flatter foundational panels and other pieces. As you can see, by default, these come out to be pretty small compared to their bulkier counterparts, even when set to 200% size. Despite the lower cost individually, it'll be expensive on the budget to build exclusively with these panels and blocks, and just my opinion, heavy use of these moves away from the more, traditional Warcraft style, but for the sake of expression, these are going to be super popular tools. Folks will be very happy to see pre-built stairs coming in the patch. I think their default size is also a bit small, and maybe it could do with a larger base size. That said, these presentations are very clean and ultimately a big saver on budget for those who want that tight vertical climb or something a bit more sprawling. And again, these can be dyed to your liking. Basements are a thing, and it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go over it anyway. The way it works is that we can now move the closet-sized entrance to other parts of the house, including to upper levels. This way, when we enter the home, we can climb both up and down, depending on the floor setup. One smaller thing to point out, there may be new artisanal rooms in our future. Our general contractor in the neighborhood refers to a number of rooms we can buy, as well as the cross-faction vendor in our respective neighborhoods. The rest, though, is kind of speculation. I'm no data miner, so I don't know if these rooms are like encrypted or if they don't yet exist in the game data, so don't trust the coupon cost either. But it's fun guessing what these could be, like maybe these can eventually be super tall hallways or skybox rooms based on otherworldly environments, or perhaps water-based rooms where we kind of swim around. That's going to be, oh boy. There are more updates to come, but I can already confidently say 12.1 is going to be massive for housing. It's going to be transformative, leading to lots of rebuilds for established designers between the new foundational decor and the power to back up guilds we might have been sitting on. Blueprints will allow designers to reorganize their layouts, easily add and remove rooms. And as blueprints start making their way to the open internet, more gamers will get into housing for the first time. What will be the most popular downloads remains to be seen, but I'm looking forward to what's ahead. Share your thoughts in a comment below, like this video, subscribe for more WoW coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.